My wife became convinced I was having an affair because every Saturday morning, I disappeared for exactly 2 hours. And honestly, I can't blame her for thinking that. For the first 10 years of our marriage, I was predictable. Work, home, kids, dinner, sleep. Then suddenly, I started leaving every Saturday at 9 a.m. I wouldn't say where I was going. I'd come back around 11 looking strangely happy. And after years of being emotionally distant, I started changing. I bought my wife flowers. I started making breakfast. I put my phone away during dinner. I even started telling her I loved her again. She noticed. Of course she noticed. One Saturday, she finally asked, "Who is she?" I laughed because I genuinely didn't understand the question. Who? The woman you're seeing every Saturday. I told her there wasn't another woman. She didn't believe me. Then she started noticing little things. I'd shower before leaving. I'd put on cologne. Sometimes I'd even change my shirt before going. From her perspective, I probably looked guilty as hell. For 3 weeks, she quietly watched me. Then one Saturday, I came home and found her sitting at the kitchen table. She wasn't angry. She was crying. "I followed you." My stomach dropped. "Where?" She slid her phone across the table. There was a picture of my car parked outside a small coffee shop across town. I knew it. I sat down. She looked at me. "Tell me who she is." I was silent for a few seconds. Then I said, "Her name is Margaret." My wife closed her eyes. I could see the hurt on her face. Then I explained. Margaret was 76. She had been my dad's best friend for almost 40 years. After my dad died, Margaret was the person who kept calling my mom. She brought food. She helped with bills. She even sat beside us at the funeral. But 6 months ago, Margaret's husband died. Her kids lived in different states. And one Saturday, she called me. She said she hadn't spoken to anyone all week, so I drove over. We had coffee. We talked for 2 hours. The next Saturday, I went again, and then again. Eventually, it became a routine. She'd tell me stories about my dad. I'd tell her about my kids. Sometimes we'd play cards. Sometimes we'd just sit there. That's it. My wife stared at me. "Then why didn't you tell me?" I looked down. "Because I knew you'd think it was weird." She shook her head. "No." Then she started crying harder. "I would have gone with you." That hit me. I realized I'd spent weeks protecting a secret that never needed to exist. The next Saturday, my wife came with me. Margaret opened the door. She looked at my wife, then at me, then smiled. "So this is the woman you've been talking about." My wife laughed through her tears. Apparently, Margaret hugged her. And somehow, that tiny coffee shop turned into something bigger. Now every Saturday, the three of us meet. Sometimes the kids come too. Margaret teaches my daughter card games. My son helps her with her plants. And my wife brings breakfast. Last Saturday, Margaret looked at us and said, "You two know something?" We both looked at her. She smiled. "Don't spend so much time worrying about losing each other that you forget to enjoy having each other." Bro. My wife reached across the table and grabbed my hand. And for the first time in years, I didn't let go.